Welcome back, the followers of Stoic Wisdom by Zeno. We all know that life can be tough, and people can sometimes make it even harder. But here's the truth. Not everyone around you has good intentions. Some may seem friendly, warm, or even like a close friend. But deep down, they thrive on control, deceit, and manipulation. They don't always look like the bad guys in the movies. They don't always wear dark clothes or sneer from across the room. Sometimes evil hides in the most unexpected places. It might show up as a coworker who always has a helpful suggestion, but secretly undermines you. Or maybe it's that family member who makes you second-guess your worth, subtly planting seeds of doubt. The worst part? You might not even notice the damage being done until it's already too late. But here's where you take your power back. You can protect yourself. Evil leaves clues, signs, and patterns, and if you know what to look for, you can spot it before it gets too close. Your peace, your happiness, your mental health, they all matter, and you don't have to let anyone take that from you. In this video, we're breaking down 7 red flags that show you when someone's manipulative, toxic behavior is creeping into your life. These warning signs are crucial for guarding your inner peace and making sure you don't let anyone drain you. It's time to take control. It's time to step back and reclaim your freedom. Trust me, you'll want to stick around for this. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and let's get to work on sharpening your awareness. It's time to protect yourself. It's time to guard your peace. Let's dive in. Number 1. Are you always the one in the wrong? Have you ever found yourself in a situation where, no matter how clearly you remember something, the person you're with insists that you're mistaken? They tell you that you're overreacting, being too sensitive, or just imagining things. At first you try to explain yourself, but no matter what you say, they twist the facts and make you feel like the one in the wrong. Does this sound familiar? If it does, you may be dealing with something called gaslighting, a manipulative tactic used by toxic individuals to gain control over your thoughts and emotions. Gaslighting isn't just about lying or hiding the truth. It's about distorting reality so deeply that you begin to doubt your own perceptions. Imagine this. You're in the middle of an argument. You know you're right. You can clearly recall the events as they happened. But the other person, instead of accepting your point of view, shakes their head with a smug smile and tells you that you're overreacting. They say you're always making a mountain out of a molehill, that you're too emotional, that you're just too sensitive. You try to defend yourself, but they keep denying the facts, twisting them until your memory starts to fade. Before you know it, you're not sure if what you remember is real, and that's exactly what they want. Gaslighting doesn't require evidence or logic to work. All it needs is doubt. It's like planting a seed in your mind, and once that seed takes root, it grows. Over time, you'll find yourself second-guessing everything. You'll start to wonder if you're really losing your grip on reality. This constant undermining erodes your self-confidence, and eventually, you begin to question your own judgment. You may feel like you're always the one at fault, even when deep down, you know that you've done nothing wrong. This is the danger of gaslighting. It doesn't just make you feel guilty without cause. It slowly destroys your sense of self. It's like being stuck in a fog where nothing feels certain anymore. You might even become afraid to speak your mind, walking on eggshells, constantly trying to avoid conflict. The worst part is, you might start apologizing for things you didn't do. That's how you end up feeling like you're always at fault, unable to trust your own emotions or thoughts. This manipulation is powerful because it targets your most precious asset, your sense of reality. When someone can make you doubt yourself, they can control you. They want to convince you that you're the problem, that your feelings don't matter, or that you're just imagining things. They don't care about the truth. They care about your vulnerability. The more you question your own perceptions, the easier it is for them to steer you in the direction they want. But here's the hard truth. When you're constantly made to feel like you're wrong, it's not because you are. It's because someone is actively trying to manipulate you. Evil thrives in this environment of self-doubt. It slowly chips away at your confidence until you start to believe you don't deserve respect or peace. Stoic philosophy teaches us that we are the masters of our own minds. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most prominent Stoic philosophers, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." What he's telling us is that truth doesn't depend on what others say about us. It depends on how we see ourselves. When someone tries to distort reality, remember that you have the ability to hold on to your own truth. Gaslighting is a tactic used to control your mind and make you feel like you're losing touch with reality. The more you second-guess yourself, the more power you give away. But it doesn't have to be this way. The Stoics remind us that we have the power to remain grounded in our own thoughts. We don't need to argue or fight to prove ourselves right. What we need is to step back, observe, and trust our instincts. When someone dismisses your feelings or makes you feel like you're always wrong, don't accept it. Stop for a moment and ask yourself, am I really wrong, or am I being manipulated? The answer will often be clear if you take a step back. Trust your instincts. Protect your peace. If someone continues to gaslight you, to make you feel like you're constantly in the wrong, it's time to take action. Stoicism doesn't tell us to argue or fight back in these situations. It teaches us to remain true to ourselves, to not let external voices shake our inner peace. Stand firm in your truth. Guard your reality. Walk away from toxic relationships, even if it's hard. It's not about being right. It's about protecting your own mental health and well-being. If you found this video helpful and feel like it might change the way you see the people around you, don't keep it to yourself. Like, subscribe, and share it with others who need to hear this message. The power to protect your peace and spot these red flags is in your hands. And by sharing this, you can help others reclaim their freedom too. Drop a comment below and let us know your thoughts. Have you experienced these signs in your own life? Let's learn and grow together. Stay sharp, stay aware, and keep guarding your peace. Number 2, do you trust the wrong people with your vulnerability? Here's what happens when you do. One of the most painful and insidious acts someone can do to you is to use your vulnerabilities against you. Trust is the foundation of any relationship, whether it's with a friend, family member, or co-worker. When you open up and share your deepest fears, insecurities, or past wounds, you trust that the other person will hold those pieces of you gently, with respect. But for some people, this trust is not a bond to protect. It's an opportunity to control and manipulate you. Have you ever shared something personal, something that made you feel exposed or fragile, only to have it thrown back in your face later when you least expected it? The kind of betrayal where your most intimate secrets aren't just ignored, but used as weapons. That sting, the one that cuts deep, is what happens when someone with malicious intent takes your vulnerabilities and twists them to suit their own needs. Think of it like this. You're building a house out of trust, brick by brick. You invite someone in to help lay the foundation, and you hand them the blueprint of your soul. Instead of treating it with care, they take the plans, tear them apart, and use those very details to destroy the walls you've so carefully built. Every little moment of weakness they know about is turned into ammunition, fired at you in ways that make you feel small, helpless, or worthless. I remember a time when I confided in someone about the loss of a loved one. It was one of the darkest moments of my life, and I trusted them to understand my pain. Yet, over time, they began to use that pain against me. Whenever we argued, they would throw comments like, "No wonder that happened to you," or "You're always this weak, you'll never change." I felt like I was being attacked for my grief, my very humanity used as a tool to diminish me. It wasn't just an insult, it was a betrayal of the deepest kind. They were using the most painful part of my life to control me, to make me feel small and vulnerable. This is what evil looks like in real life. It's not always some grand scheme or sinister plot. Sometimes it's the quiet manipulation that happens when someone knows your weakest points and decides to exploit them. It's a form of control that goes beyond emotional abuse. It's a betrayal of your trust, of your very essence, and it's dangerous because it makes you question your worth. It's not just an attack on your emotions, it's an attack on your identity. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." This means that no one can truly harm you unless you allow them to. Yes, the words and actions of others can hurt, but the power to allow those hurts to define you is always yours. When you recognize that someone is using your vulnerabilities to control you, it's time to reclaim that power. Don't let them twist your story. Don't let them turn your past into a weapon. It's hard. Believe me, I know it's hard to let go of someone who's been close to you, who you thought had your best interests at heart. But you have to protect your peace. Guard your heart. Remember, you have value in your own right. You don't need anyone else's permission to be strong, to heal, or to grow. And if someone is trying to diminish you, they don't deserve a place in your life. When you feel that someone is using your vulnerabilities against you, take a step back. Reflect. Is this person truly a source of support, or are they only in your life to feed off your weaknesses? You don't have to stand by and let them control the narrative of your life. It's time to create boundaries, to reclaim your power. You deserve to be surrounded by people who will protect your peace, not those who seek to exploit it. Take this as a warning. Protect your vulnerabilities. Guard them. They are the most sacred parts of you. Don't let anyone make them a tool for their own gain. Recognize when the manipulation begins and step away. Reclaim your power, because no one should ever use your story against you. It's time to take control. It's time to step back, protect your peace, and reclaim your strength. You are stronger than you know, and you have the power to protect what matters most: your mind, your heart, and your peace. Number 3. Do you find yourself questioning the truth? Is someone constantly twisting reality to control you? Lies are everywhere. From white lies meant to protect feelings to the ones that shape entire narratives, we encounter deception in all shapes and sizes. But here's the problem. When lies are wielded by someone with darker intentions, they become far more dangerous. They stop being about sparing feelings or avoiding discomfort. They become a weapon, manipulative, controlling, and ultimately aimed at distorting your reality. Now, I'm not talking about the harmless fibs we sometimes tell to keep things running smoothly. I'm talking about the kind of lies that make you question everything you know. The lies that chip away at your trust, your peace of mind, and your confidence. The kind of lies that make you doubt your own thoughts and memories. The kind of lies that evil people use to shift power in their favor and keep you guessing, off balance, and unsure. This is where the danger lies, literally. People who manipulate the truth don't do it to make life easier. They do it to bend reality to their will. They lie not because they fear trouble, but because they seek control. And in their world, reality is malleable, fluid, and subject to their needs. It's a dangerous game of smoke and mirrors, where nothing is as it seems. The Stoics, like Epictetus, understood the importance of maintaining clarity of mind in the face of such chaos. He said, "We do not control what others do, but we control how we respond. This is your power." In the face of a manipulator, you must remain grounded. You must train yourself to look at the situation with clear eyes and controlled emotions, because the lies they tell are designed to confuse and isolate you. Imagine this. You're having a conversation with someone you trust. Everything seems fine at first, but over time, something feels off. They tell you one thing, but later deny it ever happened. When you bring it up, they twist the facts and make you feel like you're the one who's confused. They manipulate the past, so much so that you begin to doubt your own memory. Sound familiar? It's not a simple misunderstanding. This is a calculated tactic to destabilize you, to make you question yourself, your thoughts, your experiences. And they don't even care that you're feeling lost. In fact, that's the point. They need you to be unsure. They need you to feel confused and uncertain because it keeps them in control. This isn't just dishonesty. This is emotional manipulation at its worst. And the scariest part? These people will never admit what they've done. For them, lying isn't just a survival tactic, it's a tool for domination. Deception becomes second nature to them, and once they've done enough damage, they don't even think twice about it. Think about it like this. Have you ever been around someone whose words just don't add up? Maybe they tell a story one way, but when you ask for details, they shift and change things to fit their narrative. The worst part is, they'll keep doing it, and they'll make you feel like you're the one in the wrong for questioning them. It's as if they've turned truth into a game, and you're the unwitting player. They have no intention of playing fair. The danger here isn't just in the lies themselves, but in how they manipulate your mind. They'll make you doubt your own judgment, your own sanity. And once they've made you feel unsteady, once they've planted that seed of doubt in your mind, they've won. They'll keep you trapped in a cycle of confusion and self-doubt while they continue to pull the strings. So, how do you protect yourself from this? First, recognize the signs. If someone in your life is constantly shifting the truth, manipulating facts and twisting stories to suit their needs, that's your red flag. Trust your instincts. You don't have to confront them head-on, but you do need to set firm boundaries. Remember what Epictetus said, "The wise man does not need to prove anything to a liar, for the truth will do that on its own." You don't need to engage in their twisted games. The truth will stand strong, even if they try to bury it. Second, develop your own stoic mindset. In the face of manipulation, your best defense is clarity. Don't let their lies confuse you. Don't let them shake your confidence in your own perceptions. By focusing on what you can control, your emotions, your reactions, you gain the strength to see through the fog they create. And when you stay grounded, when you stay true to yourself, their lies lose their power. You deserve a life free from confusion, free from manipulation. You deserve honesty, peace, and the freedom to trust your own thoughts and perceptions. Don't let anyone take that from you. Guard your mind, protect your peace, and remember that you are in control of how you respond. You have the power to rise above their lies and reclaim your clarity. So, If you're dealing with someone who twists the truth, don't let them get away with it. Step back, reassess, and protect yourself. You deserve better. Trust yourself and know that the truth is stronger than their manipulation. Number 4. Why do some people live for drama? How to spot the chaos maker and protect your peace. There are people who can never seem to be content with peace. While most of us value harmony, seek stability, and want to avoid unnecessary tension, there are some who thrive on chaos. They don't just engage in conflict, they create it. These are the people who stir the pot, drop a little comment here, a small remark there, knowing exactly what will spark tension. They feed off the drama, using it as a tool to manipulate and control. And the worst part? They do it all while standing back and watching, like an innocent bystander, all while reaping the rewards of their chaos. Think of a family gathering. You're enjoying a nice evening. Everyone is relaxed, having fun, maybe sharing stories and laughs. But then, bam! Out of nowhere, someone drops a sly comment, one they know will ignite a firestorm. Suddenly, the whole atmosphere shifts. Tensions rise, voices grow louder, and before you know it, a full-blown argument erupts. And who's sitting there, watching it all unfold with a smug little smirk on their face? It's the person who lit the match, then stepped back to watch the fire spread. They don't care about the arguments, they thrive on them. These chaos makers are clever too. They don't just sit in the front row, they hide in the shadows, spreading rumors, twisting facts, and fueling misunderstandings. They play the role of the peacemaker or the innocent bystander, all while watching relationships crumble around them. They want you to feel isolated, off balance, and emotionally drained. And the scariest thing? You might not even realize you're being manipulated until it's too late. But here's the thing, Stoic philosophy has something powerful to say about all this. You can't control what others do, but you can control how you respond. Marcus Aurelius, a wise Stoic, once wrote, "When you wake up in the morning, remind yourself that you will meet people who are deceitful, selfish, and manipulative, but you do not have to become like them. This is key. It means you don't have to play their game. Evil people thrive on conflict because they want you to react. They want you to be angry, upset, and involved in their drama. That's where they get their power. But when you don't react, when you stay calm, you take the power back. You don't have to participate in their chaos. If you react in anger, if you try to argue with them or win, you've just fallen into their trap. They want to pull you in. They want you tangled up in their web of negativity. The best way to break free from this toxic cycle, don't play along. Don't give them the satisfaction. Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, reminds us, "Whoever angers you, owns you." Think about that. When you let someone control your emotions, you're giving them the power over your peace. It's a simple but powerful truth. So, if you notice someone constantly stirring up drama or disrupting your peace, it's time to set some boundaries. You don't need to confront them head-on. You don't need to call them out or start a fight. Just distance yourself. Protect your peace. Because no matter how much they try, they're not worth sacrificing your inner calm for. Remember, you don't need anyone in your life who thrives on chaos. Keep your distance from the drama makers. Guard your peace, reclaim your freedom, and let go of the people who want to keep you stuck in their chaos. Number 5. Are they really a victim, or are they manipulating you? Let's face it, we all have our struggles. Life throws challenges at us, and sometimes it feels like the world is against us. But here's the difference between someone who is truly struggling and someone who is just playing the victim for their own benefit. It's about accountability. Are they taking responsibility for their actions, or are they constantly shifting the blame onto others? If you've ever been around someone who always finds a way to play the victim, you know how draining it can be. They constantly tell you stories of how life isn't fair, how everyone's out to get them, and how they never get the chance they deserve. At first, you might feel sympathy for them, wanting to help, wanting to make their burden lighter. But over time, you start to see the pattern. No matter what the situation, they always end up as the one who suffers. They never own up to their role in their problems. Instead, they build this tragic narrative, a story where they are the innocent, misunderstood soul, and the world is the villain. Sound familiar? It could be a co-worker who always complains about how their work is never appreciated, a friend who blames others for their relationship struggles, or even a family member who never seems to take responsibility for their actions. At first, you empathize and offer help. You want to be kind, and it feels right to help someone who's always in distress. But the truth is, these people don't want help. They want an audience for their never-ending drama. They want you to feel sorry for them, to become emotionally invested in their story. The worst part? They use your compassion against you. They make you feel like it's your responsibility to fix their life, to bear their burdens. If you try to step back, if you dare to suggest they take responsibility for their own actions, suddenly you're the bad guy. They flip the script. Now you're the one being accused of being cold-hearted or selfish. They twist your concern into guilt. It's a tactic, plain and simple. This is where the danger lies. People who play the victim often do it to gain control. They know exactly how to pull on your heartstrings, how to manipulate your empathy, and how to make you feel like you're the one who's not doing enough. But here's the truth. You are not responsible for anyone else's life, especially if they refuse to take ownership of their own choices. Stoic philosophy teaches us that while we cannot control others, we can control our own reactions. If someone is constantly shifting the blame, never owning up to their mistakes, and using your kindness to manipulate you, it's time to take a step back. Reflect. Are you truly helping them, or are you just becoming another pawn in their game? Compassion is a virtue, but it's not an invitation to carry the weight of someone else's problems. Remember this: a person who genuinely needs help will be willing to change, to work through their challenges, and to take accountability. Someone who just wants to stay stuck in their victimhood will keep pulling you into their emotional chaos, never moving forward and never changing. So, protect your peace. Guard your energy. Set healthy boundaries. It's okay to say no, even to those you care about. A relationship built on emotional manipulation is not healthy, and it's up to you to decide when it's time to walk away. Protect your peace. Reclaim your freedom. When you see someone consistently playing the victim without any intention to change, it's time to step away. You are not responsible for their life, and you do not have to sacrifice your happiness to make theirs easier. Step back. Guard your peace. Reclaim your energy. You deserve better. If you found this video helpful and feel like it might change the way you see the people around you, don't keep it to yourself. Like, subscribe, and share it with others who need to hear this message. The power to protect your peace and spot these red flags is in your hands, and by sharing this, you can help others reclaim their freedom too. Drop a comment below and let us know your thoughts. Have you experienced these signs in your own life? Let's learn and grow together. Stay sharp, stay aware, and keep guarding your peace. Number 6. Are they destroying your confidence by ignoring your success? Have you ever worked hard on something, poured your heart into it, and shared your achievement with someone you trusted, only to have them brush it off, ignore it, or even criticize it? It's a painful feeling. It's as if no matter what you do, they can never acknowledge your success, and it starts to make you question your worth. Unfortunately, this is a powerful tactic used by toxic people. They'll criticize you endlessly, but never recognize your efforts. And it's not just hurtful, it's intentional. Imagine this. You've spent weeks working on a project, giving it everything you've got. You've put in the time, the energy, the passion. Finally, the moment arrives where you get to share your success. But instead of celebrating with you, the person on the other side barely acknowledges it. They might say, "It's not a big deal," or worse yet, they immediately point out a flaw or mistake, shifting your focus away from your achievement. It's crushing. The worst part, you begin to question yourself. Was it not good enough? Did I not do it right? This kind of response isn't just disappointing. It's a form of emotional manipulation. These toxic people want to make you feel small, like your successes don't matter. They want to control how you perceive yourself. They want you to feel as though you're always striving for approval that will never come. This isn't an accident. It's a calculated strategy to make you doubt yourself, to keep you on a constant emotional roller coaster, chasing validation from someone who will never give it to you. They won't celebrate your wins. They won't acknowledge your growth. Instead, they'll only focus on your perceived flaws or shortcomings, making you feel like you're never quite good enough. I know it's hard to accept, but this is a form of control. They want you dependent on their approval, even though it's an approval that will never come. And because it's subtle, you might not even notice it at first. They'll disguise it as constructive criticism, pretending they just want to help you improve. But in reality, they're draining your confidence, leaving you feeling less than you are. But here's the truth. Your worth isn't defined by anyone else. Stoic philosophy teaches us that we shouldn't depend on external validation to know our value. You don't need someone else to tell you that you're good enough. You don't need recognition to make your success meaningful. Your achievements are valid because you put in the effort. They are real because you worked hard. So if you encounter someone who constantly criticizes you and never acknowledges your accomplishments, it's time to take a step back and really think about that relationship. Are they building you up, or are they tearing you down? Are they helping you grow, or are they keeping you stuck in a cycle of self-doubt? Protect your peace. Your mental health, your self-worth, and your confidence matter. You don't need anyone's approval to know that. Walk away from relationships that only serve to drag you down. Focus on those who respect you, who celebrate your success, and who genuinely want to see you thrive. Remember, your value is not up for debate, and it certainly isn't for anyone else to determine. Guard your peace and reclaim your freedom. Number 7. How can you tell if someone is truly evil? Look for these cold-hearted signs. It's easy to think of evil as something big and obvious, something that happens in dark alleys or behind closed doors. But the truth is, evil often shows up in the most subtle ways, through the cold, indifferent actions of the people around us. One of the most telling signs that someone is bad for you. They show zero empathy. Empathy is what connects us, what helps us understand each other's pain, and what makes us human. Without empathy, we lose our ability to relate, to support, and to truly care for others. But for some, it's not just a lack of empathy. It's a complete disregard for the emotions of others, as if feelings are a nuisance to be ignored. Have you ever found yourself pouring your heart out to someone, sharing something painful, only for them to brush it off with a cold remark like, "Everyone goes through that," or worse, change the subject completely. It's as if your struggles don't matter at all. That's not normal. That's not someone who's just distracted or having a bad day. That's someone who doesn't want to understand, doesn't want to care. And that, my friend, is one of the clearest signs of a toxic, manipulative person who doesn't have your best interests at heart. The people who lack empathy see your pain as an inconvenience. To them, your suffering is nothing more than an obstacle to be avoided, or worse, something to exploit. They might pretend to care when it suits them, showing a momentary flicker of attention when it benefits them. But when you need real support, when you're facing something truly difficult, they're nowhere to be found. They'll offer no comfort, no understanding, just indifference. And that's when the truth hits. You're nothing more than a tool to them, something to use when it's convenient, and toss aside when you no longer serve a purpose. Think back to those moments when you felt invisible, like your words were bouncing off a brick wall. You didn't deserve that. It wasn't because you were being overly sensitive, and it certainly wasn't because your feelings didn't matter. You were dealing with someone who simply didn't care. Someone who would rather stay emotionally distant than step up and support you. This is the hard reality. People like this don't change. They're not going to wake up one day and suddenly start caring. They don't feel the need for empathy because their world revolves around themselves. Your pain doesn't fit into their picture. It disrupts their world. And if you're not careful, they'll keep doing it. The worst part? You might still want to believe that they can change, that they really care, but that's just the manipulation working. Trust me, people who don't care now won't care later. So, if you notice someone dismissing your feelings, making you feel small or invisible, recognize that for what it is, a dangerous red flag. These people don't have the capacity to be there for you when it counts, and they're not worthy of your time, energy, or emotions. You deserve better than that. You deserve to be seen, heard, and cared for by people who genuinely understand. If you ever feel like someone is using your weaknesses to control or manipulate you, don't hesitate. Step back, take a good look, and run far away from them. There's no room in your life for people who want to drain you of your energy. Remember, good people listen, they care, and even when they can't solve your problems, they let you know you're not alone. Protect yourself. Guard your peace. Your heart deserves nothing less than genuine, loving people who truly see you for who you are. Now that you're aware of these red flags, it's up to you to take action and protect your peace. Remember, recognizing these signs early is key to avoiding unnecessary pain and toxic relationships. Trust your instincts, step back when needed, and always choose those who genuinely care for you. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could benefit from these insights. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you experienced these signs in your life? Drop a comment below and let's keep the conversation going. Stay safe, stay strong, and guard your heart.